Hey my friends, welcome back to Rosie's Creative Wings. And so for this video, I want to show you how I made my envelopes, my multi-pocket envelopes that I showed in a previous video. And so I did get a few requests from a few of the ladies, and they wanted me to show how I made these envelopes. And so I made a small one. I consider this one the medium, and then this one's the large. So these two have 7 pockets each, and then the larger one has 15 pockets. So let me just go very briefly over the smaller one. And so this one here has 1 pocket there, 1 pocket there. So this is like the hidden pocket, and then there's another pocket there. So it's a total of 3 pockets on each side. And I put this little tab here just to show this is like the hidden pocket here. And then in the middle, there's also one there. And I love this paper. And so then this one, the medium one, is kind of like this one is just a little bit longer and wider. And so it's the same thing. You have 1 pocket, your hidden pocket, and the pocket in the front. And it's also 3 and 3, and the one in the middle. And both sides are identical. And then you have the large one, which has 15 pockets. Now, when I was creating this, I was just going crazy and just crafting, not thinking. But honestly, I really don't think that you need like 15 pockets. Unless you're gonna like fill it up with tons of things. But this one, if you see, is flat. It doesn't really expand that much. So the things that you will be able to put in this type of envelope is like ephemera and things that are flat. So, okay, so this one has the main pocket as well. And then here you have 1, 2, 3. Here on this one here, you have 4, which is a hidden pocket as well. You won't really know it's a pocket unless you just like put your hand in there. Then this is the same thing. 4, 5, 6, 7. So you have 7 on each side plus the one in the middle. Okay, so what I wanted to do today is these are great, but of course I didn't do them so that they expand a little bit. If you have something that's bulky or has some dimension, these are not going to be good for that. These are good like for flat pieces of paper or cards or ephemera. And you can fit a lot into this, but like I said, this would only be good for like flat items. So what I did was I was plain, and I created one that is more expandable. Where is it? Okay. So this is the one that I made, and I made it like a fall theme, because we are in fall, and I also wanted to use this beautiful paper that I didn't get a chance to use. This is the paper pad or cardstock, and this came from Michael's. That one is the Sunset Fields Champs of Crepus Cafe. So I used that paper, and so what I did different here, I copied this part, just the one side, except the only thing that I did different was this one right here, this invisible pocket. I sealed it because I really don't know if all of these pockets are necessary, so I just sealed that one. That's the only difference I did. So, and then because I sealed that one, I did do something different, and I just did one side. I didn't do both, because once I show you how to do this side, you'll be able to just duplicate it, and if you want it on both sides, you can just duplicate the front and then put it in the back, because that's exactly what I did here. I just duplicated this side, copied it just the way it was, and then all I did was put them together this way, and that's how you make the front and the back. So here I just made one side, and so you have 1 pocket. Here the only difference is I made the expandable pockets so that you can fit things that have dimension, which if you want to send this in Happy Mail, or if you want to like send stickers that have dimension and stuff like that, this will be the better option. And so you have your main pocket here, and then this one here, if you can see, it has the expandable tabs there on the side, and you can fit a lot more in here. And then this one is the invisible pocket here, which I just have to put like some cardstock here to show that there's another pocket there. And then right here was where there was supposed to be the fourth pocket, but I did seal that part there. And then you have the third pocket, and then you have another expandable pocket there with a lot more space, and then you have the invisible pocket there, or not really the invisible pocket, but the other pocket there. So I just got to put another piece here of cardstock. So then again, you can just make these pockets the way that you want. You can add more to it. You can make it with less pockets. Also here you can put another little pocket here. I just didn't want to make it too many pockets. So what I did was to make up for the pocket here that I sealed, I did do a back pocket here, which I didn't do in any of these. It's totally different. And I just used this here. So this is what I did in the back part. So you can add something there slim in the back, and it looks really nice. And of course you can fill up all your pockets. See, that fits nicely in there. It's pretty big, it's pretty large. You see, this fits nicely in there, and you still have room to put more things in there. And you have your other pocket there. Yeah, so I think this one turned out really nice. So this is the one that I want to work on today with you guys and show you how I made it from scratch. So, and I'm definitely going to use these for Happy Mail. Yeah, so let's get started. I also wanted to show you before I start that you don't necessarily have to use, these are the ones that I use for these pockets here. You don't necessarily have to use these. You can just alter any other envelope. So I found these here. This is something that came in packaging, and it's a very pretty envelope. And so I didn't want to throw it away. And this came in some, like a user manual was in it for some humidifiers that we ordered. And so these were in there. Of course, once I saw them, I was like, these envelopes are so pretty, and I didn't want to get rid of them. So I put them aside. And so this is what I did with one of them. I do have to cover this side here. So I took some cardstock and I did that with that really pretty paper. I just did that. I left some black because I like the way this paper shimmers. And then here, if you notice this part here, I just added some cardstock to close this part here, and I just did it like a V. You see that there on this part here? That's what it looks like in the middle. And then I just added a pocket here with some cardstock. And so you're gonna have the main pocket. This is another big pocket here. You have another little pocket there. See that? The little tab there. And then I added this other little pocket here. And then also I thought afterwards I could have left this part open over here as well and add another pocket, and this could have been like this instead too. But I didn't think of it at the time. So yeah, so these are just this is just something I saved from a piece of clothing that I ordered, and I like the way it looks, so I just copied it and cut it out, so just to use it for this. Yeah, so you can definitely alter regular envelopes and make them look pretty and use them for Happy Mail as well. So yeah, I'm gonna be using this one for Happy Mail too. So let's get started with the envelopes. Okay, so you don't necessarily have to use these type of envelopes. I know the Dollar Tree sells the yellow ones. They don't have to be as large either. You can use the smaller ones too. And yeah, so I'm just using these because these are the ones that I started with, and so I don't want to change the format, but I'm going to show you. You just need 2 of them. And the paper that I'm going to be using to cover this, which I'm going to do once I make up the envelopes, I just want to cut the papers out so I won't make this video too long. So this is the one I'm going to be using for this one, which is so pretty. And this one is Give Thanks Rendre Graces. So look how pretty this paper is. And I bought this also with the other pad about 2 years ago in Michael's, and I never got a chance to use it. This is such a pretty pad and perfect for the fall. Look at that. That's gorgeous. Very pretty. So I'm going to use this pad. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to, I don't know, can you guys see this with the white? Let me see. I'm going to put my black mat on. That way, you can see better because of the white. I think that's better. Okay, so that's better. Okay, so you're gonna fold this way. But what I did was I just measured an inch from the top. Made a little on there. And a little on there. And then I'm just gonna fold it to that line right there. Okay, and that's your first envelope. And then this part here you're going to cut because that's gonna make a pocket. So let's bring out the trimmer. And you're just gonna cut very thin line there, just enough to make the pocket. Okay, so now you have your envelope with 1, 2, and 3 pockets. Okay, so now we're going to do the second envelope. In the envelope, the second one is a little bit different. So this one here, what I like to do is measure it with this one. So I do the same, about an inch. And this one I really eyeball it. I mean, I didn't measure. I'm just measuring it for the video so that you can get an idea, but I really don't. I really didn't measure when I was doing this the first time. But anyway, so you're gonna hold it there, an inch. Maybe you can put some clips or something. I'm sorry guys, I should have been a little bit more prepared for this video. Okay. Let's just put this to clip. Okay. And what you're gonna do is, oh, you know what? Let me put one here because this is moving around. Okay. So you can get something to hold it for you, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring up the rest of the envelope, and you're going to fold it, even it out with the bottom folder, and that's where you're gonna bend it just to make it exactly the same. You're gonna meet up with that envelope at the bottom. Okay. Okay, so now you have this part here, and what you're gonna do is bring it down also to an inch. So take your ruler, and that looks good right there. Make sure it's even on this side here. An inch, more or less. I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. And you're gonna fold that there. Okay, so now you're gonna take this one here, and instead of cutting it here, you're gonna cut it here. So let's get the trimmer. And the same, you don't have to cut a very thick line, just very thin. See, like that. And there is your pocket. Okay, so now you have your first pocket and you have your second pocket. Okay. And so now, what I want to do is I want to do these parts here, the extenders. So we're going to do that really quick. So let's get, where's the paper? Okay, let's get this paper. Actually, you know what? I'm going to cut the paper out first for this here. Decide what type of design I want for the front, and then I'm going to come back and I'll have those, and then I can decide which ones I want to put for here, what design I want to put here, because I want everything to coordinate. Okay, so I'll be right back. Okay, my friends, so I am back. So I did all the cutting just to prevent this video from being too long. So the cardstock choices that I made was, this is going to be the flaps, which is right here. This piece right here, I actually cut this part. This was at the bottom here, and this is going to be the front cover for the first envelope. So it's going to be, these will be the flaps. This is the part of that same paper. I chose this paper. I thought this paper is so pretty. Look at those colors. And that's going to be one of the envelopes in the middle. The good thing about this project is you're not going to waste a lot of cardstock. As you can see, I took a strip out of each of these, and you still have all of this leftover paper. And so once you cut your first strip, you can just measure all the rest of the strips by that one strip. You don't have to be measuring every single one of them. So you're just going to cut. You're just going to, once you cut your first strip, just go by that strip and just cut them out. And they should all be the same. So this is the one for the inside here. And that's all you're going to take out. So if you have extra scraps, like for instance, when I use these pads here, I have this pocket here, and I keep my extra straps in here because I don't like wasting paper, especially if it's so pretty. This is definitely not going to fit in this pocket here, but I'll put it over here and I'll save it. But oh, and I have some leaves there. I was thinking about putting these, but I'll see. Anyway, yeah, so just keep your straps, the rest of your scraps, you know. Don't throw them out if you don't have to, because these papers are so pretty. Anyway, yeah, this is gonna go in there too. And this one too. So they're not too big, they'll fit in here. But the other ones there don't really fit here, so I'm just gonna keep them there. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is what I did in the other ones that I felt I should have done before I put everything down was make that little notch with the puncher. And I'm talking about this notch right here. And so this one I definitely messed it up. I had to put cardstock on top of it and then do the notch again because I did it so uneven. And so I want to try to prevent me from doing that again. So I thought that maybe I should just do the notch before I actually glue everything down. And of course, before you do that, just you can de-stress the corners here, because of course this is white paper. You can also color it or paint it with watercolor, whatever you want, before you actually put everything down, so that you know, this doesn't look so white. So what I wanted to do, I do have to get some papers for this part here. So let me see what I'm going to take from here. Which one should I use? I can use anything pretty much for the sides, because even though they are going to show, as long as the colors go together, it should be fine. Let's see. Maybe I should do, maybe I'll do this color. Okay. Okay, so let's put that aside for now, and then we're gonna cut. We're gonna score for the sides. Okay, so here, and I'm using my scoreboard for the first time. I'm so happy I received it. Okay, so I'm going to start scoring at 1/4 inch. But honestly, guys, when I started doing this, like I said, I don't really measure, so I just go by eye. And so I'm gonna put what I'm doing right now on the screen, because it's better if you guys see it than me explaining it, because I'm not very good at that. So as I'm doing this, I will put it on the screen and you guys can look. Okay. Anyway, so here, you see that I'm gonna just fold it in the middle there. And I'm just gonna fold it up where that score line is. And same thing on the other side. And repeat with this one too. You're gonna, in the middle. Now we are going to measure these. So this is the pocket that's gonna go in the front, and what you're gonna do is just measure how long you want it for your sides. So I'm just gonna measure it this way. I think this way is the easiest for me. And make sure it's all the way down to the end, and then you're going to just make a little mark there and cut it right there where you made your mark. And then what I do is I just measure this one, because both sides are exactly the same. Already done, but that's not going to be, we're not going to do that right now. Okay. I think I want to do that after I put the paper down and all that. So okay, so what we're gonna do next is we're gonna put down the paper, but before that, like I said, you can distress the edges, and that's what I'm gonna do. I actually wanted to just do it with watercolor, which will probably make it look prettier, but for the sake of the video, because the watercolor is going to be wet, it's going to take me a little bit for the paper to dry, so I'm not going to do it like that. But I thought that with the watercolor, it'll probably give it a whole different look and feel, so I kind of like that. But for the sake of the video, I'm just going to do it this way. Okay, my friends, so I finished distressing everything. I even did these as well so that everything could float nicely. So, okay, so now we are going to do the first envelope. And oh, one more step that I want to do before I actually put this down is yeah, I'm gonna just do the notches with this. Let's see. I'm gonna try to make it as even as I can because I really screwed up on the other one. We're gonna do some of that again. Okay. So this is how it's looking now. Okay, then we're going to take, let me just ink these up here. See, there I go with the messes, ladies. Always messy. Okay. So I thought this one would go good here. mistake that I make is that I keep doing it too. I keep putting the glue all the way up, knowing that this part here doesn't need glue because there's a little bit of space. So let me see if I can remove some of that glue, because it's going to stick to the envelope and it's going to close it up. Good. I'm just going to put this piece here for now. Okay guys, so now we have our so this is how it's going to look. So it's coming along, right? And then now we're going to do our flaps. The way that I was doing it is easier for me. It's just gluing this part here and then just cutting it out. And cutting it out as easy as you can so that you won't go over the flap, because I did that before, of course. Even though I glued it this way to try to make it easy, I still didn't cut it right. So let's cut out the first one. Here we go. So this is what it's starting to look like. That looks really pretty. Okay, so now the next step is I think that what should I do? You can either glue it first on here and then put these parts. I don't think it matters which order you do it in, but I'm thinking, should I leave this pocket? I'm not sure if I should just leave this as a hidden pocket too, or just seal it. Because what I can do is I wanted to do the extra pocket in the back, so I think I'm just gonna seal it. And you guys can always leave this pocket open too if you want. So I'm gonna seal it, but of course it's your choice if you want to leave that open, because I feel like there's enough pockets. So we have 1, 2, and this one's 3, and then if you leave this one is 4. and then you have 5, 6, 7 pockets, but I think 6 pockets should be good enough because you're going to have the 7th in the back. So I'm just going to seal it. I'm just going to adhere this actual pocket to this without making this a pocket here. So let's see. And when I did that, what I did was, if you do decide to leave the pocket, you can also sew it. And that is what I originally did. What I did was I just leave this open here. And then I don't close the pockets yet. I just take these two like this and put it through your machine. It'll sew it for you. And then you can have that pocket there. But I'm not doing that. But I think it has enough pockets. Okay, so... Okay. I think I'm going to just glue the pocket first. And then I want to add the paper to this because I still want it to be flat. If I put these on, then it's going to be like a little wonky. And I want to make sure that this paper in the back goes nice and flat. So I'm just going to glue this part here. And I'm going to use better glue for that because this is, it needs to stay put. Okay, now we're going to work on this side here. Okay, my friends, so here's the back, here's the front. I think that looks so pretty. And so what I want to do here is I'm going to add the pocket. Okay, my friends, so we're up to the last part. That is how the back looks, and I think it came out so pretty. And you have your pocket here. You can put something flat there. You can even put the card. Look how pretty that looks. So now we're gonna do this part here, which is the extended part, and you're gonna put it the design facing out. Okay, so you're just gonna glue it. Okay, my friends, so here is the envelope, and I just messed it up with a little bit of glue there, but that's okay. So here it is, and so here are the extended pockets. You see the flaps? So just make sure that if you're gonna do this part here, while you're gluing it, just make sure that you, before it actually gets really dry, that you open it and make sure clean out the glue, because everything will stick together, especially if you're using this type of glue, which is a little messy. It's a good glue, but it's messy, so you have to make sure that because the glue gets everywhere, you clean out these parts here, and so that it doesn't mess up the part there. So there you go. Those are your extended pockets, and look, I can put my whole hand in there, so you have some room to put bulkier and three-dimensional items in there. And then you still have your hidden pocket here, which I still have to put a piece of cardstock here just to show that there's another pocket. And the same thing here. So yeah, I like the way it turned out. The design is so pretty. And then of course the back side, which I'm really happy with the back side too. So let me just make sure that yeah, that's good. Very nice. So what I was thinking of, because it looks a little plain, and even the flaps, you can do like you can put like a sentiment like I did with the other one. So I have these leaves that I purchased. These right here come from the Dollar Tree, and then I also had these that come from Little Birdie. And I was just looking for something totally different in my drawer, and I found these. I was like, oh, I forgot I had those. So I just added the Dollar Tree ones on the top here. So I made like a little cluster of leaves, and then I sewed it right there. Well, you can't really tell because it's like in the vein of the leaf. So I was thinking of putting it right here, and I think that looks so pretty there. And then just adding this here too that I got from I also purchased it from Little Birdie some time ago. And I'm gonna just put it on top there like that. This is another little leaf here, and just to make it look cute and give it some character. Okay, my friends, so here it is. The whole completed folder or envelope. And again, I'm gonna put some sentiments here. I'm just not gonna do it on video because this video is running too long already. So yeah, guys, I hope that you guys enjoyed the process of watching me create this envelope. If you have any questions, put it down below. It was a lot of fun. Of course, you can make them the way that you want. These were my two latest ones, and then these are the ones I did prior to those. So if you stood for the whole video, thank you so much for staying with me and for your support. And I hope you like how these turned out. And thank you for coming along once again. If you have any questions, like I said, put it down below. And I will see you guys on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.